Hello everyone. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes,
Good
Joybag, we can
evening.
hear you well. Yes.
Before we get started, I want to let everyone know if anybody has any questions, please drop them. So, all right, let's start. Hello everyone. Welcome to today's webinar on the secret sauce of AI supercharging e-commerce. We're thrilled to have you join us this evening. My name is Rebazia, and I'll be your temporary host for today. Now, we know that AI is transforming industries across the globe, and e commerce is no exception, of course. From revolutionizing online shopping to redefining customer experiences, AI is driving unprecedented experiences all across. Now, today, we'll dive deep into how AI is reshaping the e commerce landscape and unlocking incredible opportunities for businesses and consumers alike. However, before we get started, let me share a quick overview of what's in store for today. Firstly, we'll explore the evolving customer expectations in e-commerce, discover AI-powered solutions that are revolutionizing online shopping, learn how multilingual voice search is elevating customer experiences, uncover how catalog creation is being simplified through AI automation, and finally, we'll take a glimpse into the future of AI in e-commerce. To guide us through this incredible journey, we are honored to have two exceptional speakers with us here. Mr. Manoj Gupta, the CEO of Plotch.ai, a leader in AI-powered e-commerce solutions, and Ms. Neha Vats, Head of Growth at Plotch.ai, an expert in driving innovation and scaling businesses. Now, without further ado, let's get started. I would like to ask Mr. Manoj a question. What's Plotch.ai doing within the AI space? Can you please share it with us?
So thank you, Zoiba, for being a host to this. Appreciate that. So basically, AI is moving at a very fast pace. In December there was a lot of announcements by Googles of the world and Metas of the world, about what they're doing in AI. And usually December is quiet period in US, but this time, it was just amazingly, non-quiet. You can say that. Now, yesterday itself, I heard a very interesting statement from NVIDIA CEO, Jensen Huang, and I'll just read out one sentence he said, and that's very incredible, powerful sentence. And literally, 12,000 people. This was in the CES conference in US. As CES is one of the largest conferences in US, and basically and 12,000 people actually clapped, literally just stood up and clapped for it, because what he said was the IT department of every company is going to be the HR department of AI agents in the future, right? So I'm going to repeat that. The IT department of every company, right, the tech department of every company is going to be the HR department, right? So tech is becoming HR department, but what they're doing is they're doing HR of AI agents, right? And that's basically tells us a glimpse of what's coming in AI in 2025, right? And that's basically is agentic AI, and that's basically is the space that Plotch.ai is playing a role in, right? And we believe that what we have done in ONDC, we can take that, extend that into agentic AI, and a very interesting extension that I would say that. So what we are doing is Plotch.ai is the agentic AI workforce infrastructure, right? So if
Mhm.
you want any agentic AI, if you want any digital employees, right, not the human employees,
Okay.
if you want to have like a digital employees, we will help you build and create, deploy and monitor your digital agents, right? So we will help you build the team, the digital team, right? And the factory that you would need to build that is something that we will provide as an infrastructure, right? So that's a very interesting extension that that we are doing in Plotch.ai, extending into what we have done in ONDC into agentic AI. And in that extension, basically another interesting thing which is happening is that agent network. So ONDC is an app network. Now, agent network
Okay.
is something that is
Mm.
also a very interesting thing that we have sort of we have actually written a research paper and we're going to publish that, is how you can create agents in a network fashion and deploy them and monitor them, and really create something which is sort of a replica of your HR, kind of processes and those kind of stuff, seamlessly. So that's basically broadly that what we are doing. Of course, while we are building the infrastructure, we are also able to, in that factory, we are also able to create few of the agents, right? And we have created basically three agents till now. Vertical agents is what we call them. Is one is a coach, which is a search agent. So basically it's an agent whom you can deploy in your in your company as a search agent. So that agent will search whatever your customer might be asking. So in some ways, taking the query from the customer and saying, okay, let me help you with the search kind of stuff. So that's a very first step. It is like the first step that you can think of. Of course, it's going to evolve into a little bit more advanced version, but that's the first step. Second thing that we have, so that's on the demand side. On supply side, we have created a agent called catalog agent called Magic. So it helps
Mhm.
sellers upload products catalog into in whatever fashion. The interesting thing about that catalog agent is it can take formats, any format from like Amazon format, Shopify format of catalog, whatever you have. You basically give it to that, and it generates a catalog kind of stuff, right? In whatever format you want. Also, you can generate catalog just from the images. You just give the images and it creates a catalog in your format. So it can be in any format that you want, Amazon format and those kinds of. So that's a magic. So one is a coach, which is a search agent, another catalog agent. The third is basically is Pranam that we are building. It's not done yet, but it's almost in final shapes right now, which is in the customer care. So how do you handle customer queries and seller queries and make that automated, right? So basically with coach, you're giving your revenue boost because the conversion goes up. With catalog, you basically creating sort of, you can say, a digital team of someone who is helping your seller to upload catalog. And the third, basically, which is the customer support, is basically we're creating a digital team where basically your customer queries and seller queries can be answered by them, right? So that basically is broadly the three vertical agents that we have created using our factory. Our factory can also generate something that you want, right? It's not just that
Mhm.
what we are
Right.
creating, you can also build it. So that's basically broadly what Plotch.ai is doing. Yes.
Incredible, honestly, because Plotch.ai is doing the exact work that uh, Jensen Huang has actually said in the CES conference.
Yeah, in that direction is not exactly that we're doing, but in that direction where someone like what
Yes.
Hewang was saying, that IT department will become HR department, but how will they
Hmm.
become unless they have tools, unless they have infrastructure, the tech team, they can't build. So that basically is something that we are building infrastructure.
Thank you for answering the question that we all had. Now, I would like to invite Neha Watts to elaborate on how Plotch.ai is contributing to the e-commerce space with their innovations. Thank you. Please.
Thank you so much, Zoiba, and good evening, everyone, and wishing all of you a very happy new year. Thank you to join here for the webinar, Secret Sauce of AI Supercharging E-commerce. Let me share my screen and we'll start off. I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
It is now. Yes, it is now.
It is, yes.
Okay, all right. So basically, in this today's webinar, we'll be spending approximately 30 minutes in the presentation, and we'll also have Q&A session alongside. So if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself and you can ask. You can also put the questions in the chat box. Please feel free to do that, and we'll be happy to answer all your questions. So let's see, what's happening in this space right now. If you go to LinkedIn, if you go to any of the social medias, Twitter, you go to YouTube, all these places, there's something which is in common, which is how AI is, taking over a lot of different businesses, and how it is making a lot of changes, positive changes in overall efficiency in businesses. So much of news is there, and it actually sometimes get very overwhelming, and which is why we thought of having this webinar, and trying to demystify exactly, especially when it comes to e-commerce, what is it that is happening, what are the changes happening, what are the things that you can adopt very easily, what is it, what are the sort of agents that Plot has, which is solving some of the things, some of the areas which can bring in efficiency, reduce cost, and all of that, right? So coming to the slide, I just thought of putting together some of the points. So there are lots of these consulting companies, there are lots of research agencies who are working very hard and getting a lot of information from their existing clients, and they are doing, they are creating white papers and research reports. And something which is very interesting is that it's like there are numbers, they have numbers to prove how things are getting positively changed or impacted by adoption of AI, right? So good enough reason for all of us to be here today. So if you look at this McKinsey's details that they have shared, a couple of things are very interesting. Like for some of their clients, the revenue went up by almost 20%, uh, and these clients were in e-commerce space specifically, and by adoption of AI they could achieve that, right? And also the cost could be reduced by almost 8%. Besides this, they have also given elaborate reports of how they were able to acquire more clients to some percentage. Similarly, Gartner also published, going through their reports. This was mostly related to customer satisfaction and how it has almost, there was a 25% improvement, which is a very large percentage, if you ask me, by adoption of AI in e-commerce. Even Hotjar, some of you might already be knowing about Hotjar. They also published that a lot of their clients, when they adopted AI, they had a reduction of bounce of rate to a very large extent, 20 to 45%, which is very huge. And you would already be knowing that in e-commerce, bounce of rate is something which pinches a lot, right? So basically, this is great. Like 20 to 45% is the bounce off rate, and it was reduced quite a bit because of the adoption of AI. So overall, we know that it is making a lot of positive impact on overall business efficiency. So let's see what's next. So yeah, a lot of work is happening. I have put the sources also at the bottom related to the research on what are people thinking, be it Gen Z, Gen X, baby boomers, millennials, all of those. So a lot of research has been happening, and what came out as some of the major important points, that what is the expectation of all these people from AI, and specifically when it comes to e-retail. One is that the support which is provided, right, that has to be 24/7, which means that shouldn't happen like it is late in the night now, and if I want to know something about my order, sorry, the agent is not available to reply to you, wait till the next day. No, this is not what the expectation is. And AI agents are the ones who fit the bill completely for such an expectation, because they can be with you 24/7, right? And as Manoj was rightly saying, that in e-commerce, there is a demand side and there is a supply side. And in demand side, it's, you can almost say an AI agent is like your concierge or a buddy who's there for you to understand your language, right? To give you personalized recommendations. That's what, like, one of the expectations that everyone has, that if I'm looking at something, it should show me what actually suits my past purchases or my habits or preferences and all of that, right? So it's more like this buddy who's taking care of that, who's giving you very personalized deals. So if you're searching for some holiday, for some location, you get the right deals, the best deals rather, I would put it. Also, like, we know, there are lots of languages. I'll further double click on that in a bit. Most of the people, they are looking for sort of voice search, hands free kind of approach, where it's very easy for searching products and all of that. Payments, of course, there has been a great shift in the way people have been making payments in the past few years, especially with UPI coming into picture and all of that. So everybody is looking for very frictionless payment. Further, it's going to enhance, right, the whole experience of payments with the help of agents coming into picture. So overall, in a nutshell, this is what people expect from e-commerce and AI's role in e-commerce. So if people don't adopt all of these, there's a high chance that those e-commerce companies might turn into Egyptian mummies very soon if they don't catch up with this. So yes, we are on a very important section of the presentation. So these are the four main ingredients of the secret sauce that we were talking about. Starting with the personalized product recommendation, which is more so from the demand side. So imagine if I'm a customer and I go to this website or an app and I search for something related to a wedding, right? So I'm looking for probably a wedding dress, a wedding attire, wedding lehenga, for example. And right after that, I start searching for footwear, right? So now this agent, what it's going to do is it's going to show me party wear footwear, right? It's not going to show me sneakers. It's not going to show me some casual flip flops. Why? Because it's trying to understand the intent, right? If I was searching for party wear, wedding wear, then in that case, there is a very high chance that I'm going to look for footwear as well to complement that, right? So that is what is making the difference. That sort of personalization. Suppose I'm a customer who mostly purchases, household items like kitchen utility items below 500, garlic peeler, right? All of that. So do you think, once if I search for products, it is going to show me, recommended products would be in similar price range, similar categories, and all of that. That's precisely what personalization is, what these AI agents are offering, right? And it's also able to segment the customers in a very nice way, where you can actually see very, very perfect results, right? So that's what makes the big difference. The second bucket, or the second ingredient of this secret sauce, is smart searches. So in our country, if you know, there are almost 161 plus major languages, 1600 plus different dialects, and all over the world, if you see, there's almost like 7,000 different languages. And Asia and Africa has the most, like 2,000 plus kind of languages. We as Asians, we are very good at innovation. So I'm sure we have innovated so many different languages as well. But yes, so basically, when there are so many in India, if there are like 161 major languages, you can understand that they require some sort of ease in searching for products, right? Because there are different words that different people use for similar things, right? And for the other person who does not understand that language, it gets difficult. I'll just give you a small example. So my cook, she asked for kothambir. Okay, I did not understand, but thanks to our AI agent, I ordered it seamlessly because I don't need to know the meaning. I just pronounced it and it was able to catch it. So that is the difference, where it's seamless, it's borderless. It's more like, as we said, the buddy who understands your language, your preferences, and all of that. So when we talk about smart searches, we are talking about multilingual, different languages. Very easily, you can do a voice search. You can also type. Okay, and soon we are going to see a video as well where it's happening live. You can see how different languages are being searched, and we are able to see the results, great results, right? And it's also very forgiving in terms of your spelling errors, like as I said, kottambir, right? So if I'm typing that, it's a Marathi word, but if I'm typing that in English, there's a high chance I will make some errors and all of that. But it's very forgiving. It's able to understand the context, right? That is the beauty of semantic search. That's the beauty, how the context it's able to capture very quickly like an intelligent person. And that's why this is artificial intelligence, and which is making our lives much better. Besides this, there are image based search as well. So many times it happens that you like a product, you take its picture, you want to search that, you just upload, you see, you get the right kind of similar products as the result. Okay, so this again is something which is also part of the AI agent that we have, right, which is called Coach, which we will see very soon. Now, the third secret ingredient is seller empowerment. And Plotch has again built an agent for that. It's called Magic. So far, the two buckets that we saw, which was personalized product and smart searches, were more on the demand side, which were more for the customers. Here we are talking about the seller empowerment, where it's been almost like 12 15 years in e-commerce that I've spent, and I've seen sellers struggle with catalog creation, right? Because they come up with different products every now and then, especially the fast moving ones. They have to create a new fresh catalog every time. They have to write the descriptions. Each of these different e-commerce platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, all these people, and also for their own sites and their own mobile apps, they require like all the details. Okay, what is the product, in which category it is, what is the product title, it has to be SEO friendly, it has to have all the details which possibly a customer can think of, right? So the sellers really struggle to make sure that everything is perfect. So here, this agent, he is again a buddy to the sellers, and it is very easily able to create a catalog in a snap, right? Very quickly. All you have to do is, upload the images, and in bulk, you have your catalog ready, and boom, you can start selling, right? So this is again a seller empowerment which is happening because of the AI agents, right? And this is the third secret sauce. Now, besides this, a lot of other things which are happening, for which also the agents will be coming in future by Plotch. For example, demand forecasting. So basically, you will have like different regions, different seasons, different warehouses. It's not always that you're able to get the right number which needs to be stocked at the right place. But with the help of AI, you can do much better demand forecasting, taking into account a lot of different variables, including the weather, the festivals, the seasonality, all of that. Right? Besides this, the supply chain management, logistics, shortest route, how do you figure out, so AI, yes, so they are able to give perfect solutions. A lot of people are using that to bring in productivity, bring in efficiency, reduce their costs, and all of that. So these were the three sauces, the three very important ingredients. Now, the most important ingredient of the secret sauce is agentic customer support, right? Which, again, as Manoj had mentioned, we are about to launch that. Soon we'll be announcing it. So, this customer support is basically AI powered chatbot, which has, all the answers to all the questions that you want the answers for, including related to the products, related to what suggestions you can ask them for suggestions for as per your likings, preferences, past purchase, all of that related to, of course, your order related questions and return related, refunds related, all of that, right? So that goes without saying, but a lot of how it is very different is that it's extremely personalized, and which is beyond human understanding. The level of uh, personalization that an AI agent is able to do, that for a human to do is very difficult, and that's why that is what makes the whole difference. So this slide gave you a whole landscapes idea of how in e-commerce AI is making a big difference, and what is it that people are implementing in e-commerce to get great results.
Neha, let me just quickly highlight few
Yeah.
things, because a lot of people think that all this has been there before, right? So
Okay.
personalized product recommendation has been there. It's not like it's something new.
Hmm.
The search experience has been there, and
Hmm.
those kinds of stuff, right? So the fundamental difference here is that let's take personalized product recommendation, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I go to Amazon, I get sort of, it can show me products similar to my, what I'm searching, or I'm wish listing, or those kind of stuff, right? It has been there. But if I go to Flipkart, it has its own history kind of stuff, right? And then I go to Mintra, it has its own history of my own personalized kind of stuff, right? But in when we think of an AI agent, which is basically a buddy for me, right? This is my shopping agent buddy, right?
Yeah.
What it understands is that it understands my long-term memory of preferences, right? And so it's not specific to Amazon, it's not specific to Mintra, it's not specific to Flipkart. I'm telling, I'm telling, my personalized product recommendations that, I want to buy shoes between 500 to 1,000, right? So it understands my budget. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter whether that shoe is bought from Mintra or Flipkart, because the agent will buy for me. Now that's basically is where the world is going. The agent is an assistant, shopping assistant. I'm telling the shopping assistant to buy, and the assistant is going out and buying from the whatever shops, you know it
Yeah.
may seem, kind of stuff, right? So the
Mhm.
personalization has a very long term memory.
Yeah.
That basically is a very, very, and it is cohesive in nature. It's not distributed,
Yeah.
right? So I don't have to build my preferences on different websites, and take the time, and those kinds of. So that's one thing which I want to highlight here,
Yeah.
which is different from, the personalized product recommendation that people see today and stuff, right? uh,
Yes.
for the smarter search, the
Mm.
the biggest important thing is that you're doing voice search, you're doing multilingual, and you're doing conversational.
Yeah.
So you're talking to the agent, you're doing like you're talking to your,
Yes.
maid, or as your helper, or buy me, like,
Hmm.
coriander today,
Yeah.
like that stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just speaking like that kind of stuff. So
Correct.
natural language interface in multi-language and voice is the highlight here. Search has
Right.
always been there.
Yeah.
And the seller empowerment. Another thing is that catalog is the first and the most important and the biggest blocker for any seller to go live.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's like, you go to any seller and say, that's where the challenge is, right?
Yeah.
How do you solve that issue? Using an agent who understands, in some ways, your format, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that Amazon has a different format, Flipkart has a different format of sheet.
Yeah.
Then you go to Shopify, it is a different format. How does an agent able to remember all that format and give you the format in which you want your catalog and generate a catalog using your only the images? You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
That basically is the highlight here, kind of stuff. And of
Absolutely.
course, the customer support is a little bit easier to visualize because you talk to the person, but customer support is real time fetching data from your interface or your databases or your data sources, your PDF files, your leave policies, your refund policies, whatever it is, it's able to combine and create some kind of a more cohesive answer, very, very, I would say, more accurate answer
Yes, and very conversational again
in
here.
a more conversational. Yes. So these are important things to, because a lot of these things have been there.
Yeah.
Chatbots have been there for last 10 years,
Yeah.
kind of stuff people have, but it has not been very successful.
Right. That's true. True. Or maybe going forward, you would also like to elaborate a little bit upon how these agents can talk to each other for create even more personalized kind of solutions and recommendations. Maybe later on we can touch upon
Yeah,
that.
we are working on a one planner agent, which basically is an interesting thing because let's say let's say I want to plan a wedding for, let's say, some event, sorry, a shopping for some event, right? And so how do I tell my agent that plan my shopping for this, let's say, whatever, wedding is happening in some summer with my friend, for my friend, kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So how does the agent understands the time, my preferences, plans that I have to buy? The agent has to buy shoes and wardrobe and whatever, for women, maybe jewelry and stuff.
Hmm.
How do they plan and then execute? And that
Right.
is very interesting. I think
Hmm. And
piece
within
that
the budget.
within the budget. Yes, yes,
Very
yes.
important. Right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Shall
So
we?
it's interesting that how agents can talk to each other, collaborate, plan,
Yeah.
and that is what we are building. I just want to highlight that infrastructure which will enable that is
Hmm.
something that I think we can do it in a later sessions,
Yeah.
how we are doing that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Sure. Moving forward. Yeah, so that was all the good part, and how it is making positive impact on the businesses. However, there are certain challenges when it comes to adoption of AI in your business, especially in e-commerce. So, some of the main ones are data security related concerns that a lot of businesses have, that okay, what happens to my data I'm sharing with the agent? What if it is compromised and things like that. Cost is a major concern with a lot of people because they start thinking about the ROI, right? So, what is my return on investment? How much will I end up spending if I'm implementing this agent on my website? Yes, it is helping in conversion, but what is the cost of implementing or hiring that agent, so to say? And in return, what's the what am I making out of that? There is fear of unknown, fear of knowledge, which is definitely there. And there is a fear of workforce impact as well, because a lot of people think that it is going to replace humans. uh, what is your take on this, Manoj?
Yeah. So basically, security is a very, very important piece in it when it comes to agents, right? For example, if I tell an agent go and do a shopping, right, then I have to give a credit card to that agent, right?
Right.
And that I don't know how that agent will use that credit card, and that's kind of stuff, right? So Stripe has done something very interesting. Stripe is a payment gateway company globally. They have created an agent which will create a virtual credit card for your agent on the fly with a limit that the agent has $100 limit or a $50 limit kind of stuff, right?
Very
And then
interesting.
you can specify that it is a one time use and those kind of stuff, right? So which
Right.
means that, think of it from a security perspective. Now credit card, which is virtual in nature, which is temporary in nature, right?
Hmm.
It is for a certain time period. It's for one time use with a credit limit upward currently, but it's a real credit card. It's not like a credit card which you cannot use kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So things like innovation like that are happening to ensure that at least some part of the security is taken care of, right?
Yeah.
Now in the enterprise, right, when you are looking at enterprise, right, now if you looking at your digital team, think of agents as your team but digital in nature, right?
Yeah.
Now you have a HR department, you have accounts department, you have a marketing department, all of them have agents. You
Mm-hmm.
don't want your HR details to be shared by other to other departments. So other departments shouldn't be able to ask any agent that what is the salary of this person kind of stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So but you have departments, right? Your departments in the and the departments are very very clearly told that you cannot talk about this to other person kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, in our architecture, what we have built is we have created APC, which is agent private cloud, which means that sort of departments. So you
Mm-hmm.
have agent private cloud of accounts department, you have agent private cloud of marketing department, and
Mm-hmm.
any agent in one department or APC is what we
Mm-hmm.
call agent private cloud cannot talk to another one
Oh,
directly.
very,
So that
very.
basically prevents data sharing
Yeah.
across. Now only way to and one agent can talk to another agent in two different APCs is
Mm-hmm.
through a gateway agent, right? Imagine gateway agent like a receptionist, the
Yeah.
only way you can talk to someone inside the company is through the receptionist. You can't go out, you can't go
Yeah.
in, right? So
Yeah.
gateway agent is that in some ways.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is now your the attack surface, the security, basically we call that attack surface, is
Mm-hmm.
very reduced because now gateway agent is the only one who is allowed to talk, but your thousand other agents cannot talk. So your attack surface is reduced to the one gateway agent, and then you can work on the one gateway agent to make sure it's basically you know proof of any kind of stuff, right? So that's the first thing that we have done is APCs, which are agent private cloud, which are private in nature individually. Second thing is authentication and encryption in each conversation, which is zero trust architecture, which means that I will talk, even though I'm in the same,
Mm-hmm.
APC,
Mm-hmm.
every message is encrypted and
Mm-hmm.
every message has authentication, which means that I authenticate whether it's been sent by the right person kind of stuff, right? On top of that, you can, we are building, sort of authorization layer, which means that access control layers.
Okay.
So this agent has read access to this resource, it has write access to this resource kind of stuff, right? So it's similar to what you will see in any enterprise company, right? As employees, we have, you cannot you know you cannot write invoice or you cannot write checks, right? So there's a write access, there's a read access kind of stuff, those kinds. So similar concepts are there,
Mm-hmm.
but it's more secure because now every agent communication is encrypted and authenticated. So and who is doing what. That's
Yeah.
another part, which is the monitoring piece. What
Right.
each agent is doing. So that's broadly what is happening. Of course, this we'll learn as we move forward.
Mm-hmm.
It is a new space for everyone. But security, as you rightly said, is one of the most important, you know, thought which comes in everyone's mind when in enterprises, that I don't know what my agent is doing, and I want to make sure that it doesn't leak any information.
Correct. Correct. Completely agree. So, so here was, some understanding of the challenges and, how it is being taken care of. Let me introduce Coach to you. That is our search agent, agent by Plotch.ai. And it's a beautiful, agent that we have who's doing a lot of wonderful things. And, there are lots of features which are affiliated to this agent. We'll also see a video in a short while where we'll see that how, it is taking care of different languages, understanding different languages, different accents, all of that, and also coming up with the results seamlessly. So here's a summary of what are the features that we have in the agent. As we mentioned earlier, it is multilingual. There are almost 50 plus languages which can be used for the search part, voice search, even for typing. Then there is semantic search, which is there. You can also do, you can upload images and you can have similar results as per the image which has been uploaded. Then there is personalization in the results in this agent that has been created. Also, it can be easily, it's built in such a way that even if you are a small company or a very large company where there are millions of searches happening on an hourly or daily basis, it can easily handle that, right? So the whole infrastructure is extremely scalable. So these are some of the main and important key features of this agent coach. Like multilingual, very important. Voice-based command. Most of the people, they don't want to even type now, right? So they just want to say the name of the product or whatever service they are looking for. And they expect the agent to understand the context very very appropriate accurately and appropriately, and come back with the results which they are looking for. So this is a crux of what we offer. Or I'll take this opportunity to show a video to you. Just give me a second.
I also want to highlight that this is live on multiple websites. You can try this on Craftsilla if you want to try www.craftsilla.com. You go there, this is live there. So of course this is a demo, it's a video, but you can try it yourselves, and we would love you to try it and give us feedback if there's some challenges that you're seeing, and give us any feedback which you feel that has been positively done, right? So that we can reinforce that and go in that direction, kind of stuff, right? So whatever the feedback is, please do share. It's live on www.craftsler.com and other websites, kind of stuff. Yeah, Neha, go ahead.
Yeah, please let me know if you're able to hear the sound.
Have you ever used a search engine and thought, this isn't what I meant at all?
Hope the sound is coming.
Yes, it's coming. Yes.
Imagine if finding the right information was as simple as having a conversation in your native language. Well, it's possible now, and it's called Code, a revolutionary tool by Plotch.ai. Chapels. Despite speaking in a language apart from English, it gives you the results you want. At Plotch.ai, we're reinventing the way you search. Our focus is on making search processes faster, easier, and more accessible for everyone. Code isn't just another search engine. It's AI-powered and multilingual, designed to give exact answers to your queries. The best part? It supports over 50 languages, including regional dialects. Code goes beyond traditional search by using semantic search technology to understand the intent behind your queries. Whether you're searching by text or image, Code delivers precise, context-aware results. Think of the last time you had to manually translate a query or struggled to find a specific product. How was that experience? With Code, those frustrations are a thing of the past. Code is already transforming industries like e-commerce, where shoppers find products instantly. Education, where students access research material in their native language. Customer support, with faster and more accurate query resolution. Choosing Code isn't just about adopting a tool, it's about embracing a revolution in search. Unlock the power of precision and language diversity with Code. No matter your industry, Code ensures accurate and efficient search experiences. Could your organization benefit from Coach? Visit our website to learn more or book a demo to see Coach in action.
Different languages which you will see here, which you'll hear. Yeah.
मैं नट्स खरीदना चाहती हूँ. मनेरू 1000 ની નીચેની એમ્બ્રોઇડરી કરેલી સાડીઓ બતાવો. 1000च्या खाली लाल साड्या.
So different languages, Marathi, Gujarati.
कुछ दाम ठीक करके जूते तो दिखाइए.
No, this is conversational. It's happening.
எனக்கு கருப்பு புடவையை காட்டு.
It's Tamil. Asking for black sarees.
आपके पास फॉक्स फायर के जूते हैं क्या?
Looking for something specific. Understands quickly.
আমাকে স্ন্যাক্স দেখাও.
I hope.
Miss Neha,
Yes.
there's a question from our audience. Some of like one of them asked in the chat box here that like we have voice search, right? But how would it be able to handle like very niche categories like toys or you could say plastic containers of
So
for
basically, yes.
yeah.
Please go ahead. You can complete the question.
And the question exactly is how does voice search handle like product discovery for like very complex or niche catalog items?
So basically, we are able to train our agent on the basis of the catalog that you have, right? So whatever categories which are there, we are able to train it well. So even if it's a complex category with a lot of subcategories, that is not a challenge because the agent is able to pick it up and learn very quickly about it and is able to come up with the search results for all of these, and even in different languages it is able to translate it very quickly. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you.
Okay. So let's see what are the advantages of Coach. We just saw the video of live action of how the search was happening in different languages. We saw Bengali, Marathi, Tamil, Hindi, conversational style. Some even when the pronunciation was not very correct, it understood that it's a different word, but still it was able to, due to semantic search, was able to understand the intent and the context and give you very accurate results and all of that. So what happens when one is using this agent for search? Definitely the conversion goes up to very large extent. We have seen we've seen real numbers where customers, because they get more engaged, they get more involved, um, they are very comfortable, they are using their own language, they don't have to translate in their mind to English or any other language and then search. It's very spontaneous from their end too, and which makes them very engaged in the whole process, this buying journey, search journey, first of all. So this definitely leads to higher conversion. The this gives you as a business a great competitive advantage, right, from others who are not using this as a feature, or they don't have such agents to give you such sort of search results. So definitely that is there. Accuracy increases manifold, right? So whatever results are coming because of the semantic search, because of the understanding of the agent related to your past experience and all of that, the accuracy is very high, which again it's interrelated, leads to higher conversion, because that is exactly what I was looking for, right? And that's what I saw. And that's what I saw in the entire search results. So yes, it's a no-brainer that they end up getting more engaged in the entire funnel and finally leads to conversion. Now, overall, when we look at this, the customer base also increases, because we know, at least in India, we know that almost 70% of the population resides in rural areas, right? And there are so many different languages. So for them to come on websites and e-commerce websites and search for products and services is definitely, there is a language barrier they so far used to feel, but with the help of these agents, that's no longer a barrier. And the customer base definitely increases many fold because of that. One person uses it, tell many more people about it, and things like that. So overall, we see that there are, the list of advantages is endless. Though we have just put a few of the advantages of using Coach or a search-based agent, which is multilingual, very easy to use, as we saw. Where you can be as spontaneous as you want, and as somebody asked the question, even if it's a category which is non-conventional, complex, subcategories, all of that, it is, the agent is able to train itself, and you are able to see very relevant results here. So you want to add something here, Manoj?
Yeah, basically, I just want to address the ROI question, because a lot of people think that AI, of course, it's just a fancy thing, but does it really help my business kind of stuff, right? So the way basically you have to, the way you can look at ROI of AI is in three buckets, right?
Hmm.
Does it increase my revenue, right? Does
Yeah.
it decrease my cost, right? Which basically means that the PNL, my PNL becomes better. So does it increase my revenue? Does it decrease my cost?
Yeah.
And does it increase the satisfaction, customers and seller experience kind of stuff, right? So
Absolutely.
does that impact that, right? So these
Correct.
fundamentally are three big metrics for any business. They're worried about the customer experience, they're worried about the PNL, cost and revenue kind of stuff, right? With AI, what is happening, the first thing which is everyone is going towards is cost reduction,
Yeah.
right? Which means that I basically, and that has happened in customer support, like in a tremendous way. And someone was saying that 30 to 40% of the customer care team is now you know agentic in nature, right?
Yeah.
And that basically is a very very huge reduction, because the agent world is very different. The agent world is, the pricing is task based.
Mm-hmm.
It's not number of hours you work, right?
Yeah.
So if you have resolved X number of queries,
Hmm.
is what you pay for kind of stuff. And
Hmm.
that basically people have seen 80% reduction in cost,
Yeah.
right? So just imagine 30% of your,
Hmm.
you know, uh, you know, uh, company has agents, and 80% of HR costs has come down, right? So
Hmm.
that basically is a very, and that is happening across
Hmm.
the spectrum right now. We are seeing that the
Hmm.
biggest adoption happening is the customer support kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Now that's on the cost side. The revenue side is fundamentally is what we are showing here is a coach. Very few people are attempting today revenue side
Hmm.
AI,
Yeah.
and coach is in that direction, that it increases your revenue, right?
Right.
Now expectation is 15 to 20% of your revenue will upliftment, conversion will go up, right?
Hmm.
Because why? Because the barriers to shopping is going down,
Yeah.
and that's what happened in UPI. UPI,
Yeah.
because it became so simple
Hmm.
that I just need to scan
Hmm.
and type and then pay kind of stuff, right?
Right.
Unlike the barrier to payment was huge before, because I
Right.
needed to have credit card and those kinds of
Hmm.
and then all kind of jugglery if you have to pay through net banking and those kinds of stuff, right?
Right.
Now I can shop like I'm going to a, like my mother shops from a shop, offline shop. She
Right.
cannot shop from Flipkart, impossible.
Hmm.
But why is she able to go to a shop and shop? Because she can talk
Correct. Correct.
in local language, in her local language, right?
Right.
That's exactly is happening here.
Hmm.
Anyone can come to your shop. In fact, tomorrow you may not even want to have a website.
Yeah.
You can just have your agent there who's
Right.
talking, whom you are telling, show me this, show me that, acha iska price, all that in Hindi. I know Hindi, so I'm speaking in Hindi, but that
Hmm.
basically is some kind of language you can use to talk to, right? So
Right.
that barrier to shopping is going down. Therefore, the ROI,
Hmm.
because your revenue will go up because more people will be able to shop, kind of stuff. So that's another way of thing,
Hmm.
and that basically increases revenue.
Hmm.
Your customer support and others will reduce your cost.
Yeah.
Your customer experience, health experience goes up because the customer can ask questions even in the midnight,
Yeah. Absolutely.
and he or she is getting an answer, right?
Right. Right.
Because agent is up, digital agent is up, it doesn't sleep, kind of
Yes.
stuff, right?
Always there.
Always there, yes. So these are three buckets. I thought, of course, there's a lot of things here, but broadly, these are three buckets you can think of.
Sure.
And that, and coach is in the revenue side, and customer experience side you can think of, at
Right.
least in those two buckets. Yes.
All right. So moving on to our next agent, which is Magic, and we'll also see a short video around what is it. This is more from the seller side or the catalog building side. So Magic is an agent which helps you build your catalog very easily, seamlessly, with just the help of images. If you have an image of the product, that's good enough for you to build the entire detailed catalog, right? So in fashion, let me give you an example. You must have seen, and suppose there is a shirt that you are listing. So customers, they want to know what sort of a collar it has, what sort of sleeves does it have, what sort of stripes, is it pinstripes, what sort of checks, if at all, what is the buttons and closure and all of those details.
Right. So magic
Mm.
basically is a tool using which which you can just give images and it generates catalog, and that basically is the first attempt that we have made, that using simple images you give to your catalog agent. Here is the image of a shirt, right? Which I may have shot using my phone, or it might be a catalog shoot that I've done. Is a photo, generate a catalog for me, right?
Mm.
And it actually generates a catalog with a price suggestion. That's interesting. It just suggests also a price, that this is a
Mm.
potentially a price which you can sell at, kind of stuff, right? So that's basically the power of magic. It is basically a catalog agent you can think of, and that basically is what Neha, I think,
Yes,
she was trying
I'm
to say.
back.
Neha, you're back. Maybe you want to show.
Yes.
I think we're running out of time. We're already 6.
Sure,
Maybe
sure,
you
sure.
just,
We'll quickly just run through this.
yeah.
So I was talking about the time and cost part of it. So there
Mhm.
is a lot of visual consistency because you have same products is in a very similar way. The description is there. There's a lot of universal kind of details which are provided. Basically, consistency is maintained. Then this definitely leads to improved discoverability because you have very you know detailed description about the product. um, it's again a very important point is SEO friendly. So you have the product title which is very SEO friendly, also the description and all of that. Let's quickly look at a video of how it actually happens. This is our agent called Magic, and I'm playing this video here. So here, both bulk upload and 1 second. I hope my screen is visible. So bulk upload and single upload both are possible. Okay. So here we have taken example of Maggie. So this AI agent is, reading everything from the package about all the nutritional facts, all of that additive info, nutritional info, etc. Right? So you have just with the help of image, it came up with the title. It came up what basically the product title, what it contains, what is the weight, what category, country of origin, all of that. It was able to understand everything, and this can easily be then downloaded, which we'll just see in a bit. All of that comes here very easily. You can also have price recommendation depending on what's the products which are there, or already what learnings it has. You can also have the price recommendation. You can download it, and you can have like custom details as well in the sheet, suppose you require. So this is where what it is being shown is that multiple images can also be uploaded, and you can also put certain cues or hints if you want to at all. Once it is up, it takes a couple of seconds to generate the report. Once you have the report, it'll have all the, like I was talking about the shirt, it is showing that it's a cotton shirt, it's collared, it's casual, it's striped, season wise, all season, buttoned cuff and all of that, right? And it can also show you the price related recommendation. And if you see how the report looks like here, so you have all the columns, relevant columns here. And again, we will also be providing you provision to customize what all information you require in this sheet, basically for the upload. So
Okay,
coming back, yes, yes,
for answers, like, uh, hello.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. First thing is that, like, will you be able to manage large inventories, businesses with large inventories for calculation? And another thing is that the price estimation is in rupees, Indian rupees. Is it also like the estimation can also be done in dollars or Canadian dollars or anything else, any other currency?
So depending upon what sort of catalog is already there in the system, it can surely give recommendations. Manoj, you want to add
Yeah,
something?
it can give. It's basically depends on, of course, you have to tell your agent that, you're building catalog for US market, right? So,
Yeah.
so that's something that you will have to tell, but that is possible, right? So that's not a challenge. So category currency is not a challenge. A price suggestion for a particular country is not a challenge. Kind of stuff.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. So here, I just quickly wanted to touch upon if somebody wants to hire or build this agent, right? AI agent. What exactly is required? This is specifically for coach. Uh, all we require from you is your catalog, which will be inserted in the system for the learnings. And we will be providing you a single line of code for you to insert in your website, and within a day's time you can go live with coach. So it is as simple as that. When it comes to magic, anyways, you can start using it immediately as well, so there's no challenge at all. It's very quick, go live for both of these agents.
Yeah,
And
it's very, very simple. So, I mean, you can go live very, very quickly. That's basically the beauty of Coach.
right,
And that's and you can hire with a very flexible pricing, which is that it's task-based pricing, not a fixed pricing kind of stuff.
right.
We have
And
another question
yes.
uh, in the chat box. People are asking, like, what kind of support does Plotch AI offer during and after the AI implementation?
Yeah, we basically we give full support. So whatever support you need, if you have even custom flows that you want to build using Code or Magic, we can build if for your enterprise, internal enterprise custom flows kind of stuff, right? So that's not a challenge. Limited support is always something depending on the kind of use case that you have, right? Support has different buckets in our company. So you get some basic support if you're starting with a basic kind of pricing. But if you want like more hands-on support kind of stuff, we have a different pricing for that. But we do provide support across different spectrum of needs that you may have. Yes.
Thank you for answering the question.
Any other questions, Zoeba?
Can you talk more about like how Plotch.ai has like helped businesses improve customer experience or sales? And examples, real examples that has been implemented by other businesses that have adapted these magic and coach.
Yeah, yeah. So basically, we have seen at least 15 to 20%. In some cases, not in all cases, that I can tell you that 15 to 20%, higher conversion due to coach kind of stuff, right? So that is one data point that you can take, right? And that's huge because it to get even a delta conversion uptake. E-commerce companies pay a lot kind of stuff, right? And they have to do a lot. So that's one data point that you can take. Magic basically is in one of the cases that one of our customers, they basically were thinking of hiring a catalog kind of sort of a, you can say, employee for handling the catalog and stuff, and they just moved to Magic, and they don't need kind of stuff, right? So there was definitely a cost reduction. So Coach is about revenue upliftment, and Magic is about how you can go faster and with lesser cost kind of stuff, right? So that's basically two data points that I can share. But I believe that we are very, very early in this journey, and there's so much to unlock in 2025. uh, I would recommend everyone who is there to become agentic as soon as possible, because that's the future. Websites were, we used to think about websites. Websites are going old. Websites has to become agentic now, right? So how do you create from websites, convert a website to agentic is something that is a very, very, interesting, you know, trend happening. And if you need any help in converting a website to an agent, right? And if you need help in your enterprise becoming agentic, talk to us. We will happy to share more details, tell you what we can do for you, schedule some demos if needed, kind of stuff. Yeah, yeah. So with that, I think we can wrap up, Zoiva.
Yep. Thank you. Your year of AI, 2025 is rightly called the year of AI,
Mm.
as you described. Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Neha, and thank you, Mr. Manoj, for the presentation and how Coach and Magic can transform businesses and e-commerce even from small to mid-sized to big across all industries. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.